You ever feel like money disappears faster now, even when you're making more than before? Like somehow, you're working harder, earning more, but still falling behind? Because that's not in your head. The average American household spent over $78,000 last year. Spending went up faster than wages. Again. And the scary part? Most people aren't broke because of one giant mistake. They're broke because of tiny habits that quietly drain thousands of dollars every single year. Habits that used to make sense, but don't anymore. And in 2026, some of the things people still spend money on are no longer purchases. They're traps. Designed to look normal, designed to feel convenient, designed to keep you spending without thinking. And once Leo realized this, everything changed. Because Leo wasn't irresponsible. He wasn't lazy. He did what everyone told him to do. Worked full-time, paid his bills, tried to enjoy life a little, but every month felt tighter. Every year felt more expensive, and no matter how hard he worked, wealth kept moving further away. Until one night, he opened his banking app and finally saw the truth. It wasn't one big expense destroying his future. It was 12 small ones. 12 things society normalized that were quietly keeping him broke, and once you see them, you can't unsee them. Number 1. Food delivery apps. Leo ordered dinner after work almost every night. Nothing crazy, just convenience. A burger here, Thai food there, a quick coffee delivery on weekends. It felt harmless. Until he compared the app prices to the actual restaurant menu. That's when it hit him. The same $12 meal suddenly became $24. Delivery fee, service fee, busy hour fee, tip, taxes, and somehow every order ended with a total that made no sense. But here's the catch. These apps are designed so you never notice. One-click ordering, saved cards, countdown timers, free delivery subscriptions. Everything is built to remove friction between you and spending money. And the worst part? You stop valuing money emotionally. Because it never physically leaves your hands. Leo calculated his spending. 2 delivery orders a week. Around $15 wasted each time. That's over $1,500 every year, just to avoid driving 10 minutes. And suddenly, those little convenience purchases didn't feel convenient anymore. They felt expensive. Number 2, new cars. This one hurts. Because society trained people to believe a new car means success. Leo used to think the same way. Leather seats, huge touchscreen, brand new smell. It felt like progress. Until he learned what actually happens the second you leave the dealership. The car loses thousands instantly. Not eventually, immediately. A $48,000 car can lose nearly $10,000 in value before your first oil change. And yet, people celebrate it. That's the genius of modern marketing. They turn depreciation into a status symbol. Meanwhile, wealthy people quietly do the opposite. They buy reliable used cars, drive them for years, avoid payments, and invest the difference. Because rich people care more about ownership than appearances. And this is where everything changes. Leo realized the monthly payment wasn't just costing him money, it was stealing opportunity. $700 per month invested for 20 years changes your life. $700 per month sent to a car lender changes theirs. Big difference. Number 3, sit-down restaurants. Now don't get this wrong, this isn't about never enjoying dinner out. It's about realizing how insane the math has become. Leo and his friend grabbed dinner one Friday night. 2 burgers, fries, a couple drinks. The bill came out to $96. And the craziest part? The experience wasn't even special. Tiny portions, slow service, loud environment. Then the tip screen appeared asking for 25%. And Leo had this weird realization, people are now paying luxury prices for average experiences. Restaurants used to feel affordable. Now they feel like mini financial events. Especially for families. A couple dinners out each week can quietly become $8,000 to $10,000 per year. And most people never calculate it, because the purchases happen emotionally, not logically. You're tired, you want comfort, you want convenience, so you swipe, again and again. But small emotional spending becomes massive financial leakage over time. Number 4, streaming subscriptions. Remember when everyone said streaming would save money? Yeah, that aged terribly. Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, Prime Video, Apple TV, sports packages, music apps, cloud storage. People now have dozens of subscriptions silently draining their accounts every month. And because the charges are small, they become invisible. That's the business model. Death by 1,000 tiny payments. Leo checked his subscriptions one night. He found 11 active charges, some he forgot existed. One app had been charging him for 9 months. He hadn't opened it once. That's how companies win now. Not through huge prices, through invisible recurring payments. And psychologically, subscriptions are dangerous because they disconnect spending from pain. You stop asking, is this worth it? Because it renews automatically. That question disappears. Number 5, fast food. This one shocked Leo the most. Because fast food used to be cheap. That was the whole point. Now, a basic combo meal costs almost the same as a decent restaurant. And somehow the quality got worse. Smaller portions, lower quality ingredients, higher prices, longer wait times. You're paying premium prices for food that destroys your energy. But here's what really hit Leo. Fast food isn't expensive because of one meal. It's expensive because of repetition. $10 here, $15 there, again and again, thousands per year. And unlike investing, this habit compounds negatively. You lose money and health at the same time. That's a brutal combination. Number 6, upgrading tech every year. The new phone drops. Everyone gets excited. Better camera, slightly brighter screen. A feature you'll stop noticing after 3 days, and suddenly people are spending $1,200 again. Leo looked at his phone one day and asked himself something simple. What exactly can't this phone do? And he couldn't answer. That's when he understood something powerful. Modern marketing survives by making people feel outdated, not because their devices stopped working, but because comparison culture never stops. The newest device becomes social proof, a status update, an identity signal. But financially, it's one of the worst trades people make. Because technology depreciates faster than almost anything else you can buy. And companies know it. That's why they constantly create urgency. New release, limited stock, trade-in deals, pre-order bonuses. The goal is simple. Keep you upgrading forever. Number 7, expensive weddings. Leo attended a wedding where the couple spent nearly $50,000. Everything looked perfect. Luxury venue, designer decorations, huge cake, professional fireworks. And 6 months later, they were stressed about credit card debt. That's when Leo realized something uncomfortable. Modern weddings aren't celebrations anymore. They're performances. People spending massive amounts of money to impress people who will forget the event within weeks. Meanwhile, the couple starts married life financially damaged. And nobody talks about that part. The wedding industry mastered emotional manipulation. Because once emotions enter the picture, logic disappears. Suddenly, every upgrade feels necessary. But here's the truth nobody wants to say. A beautiful marriage does not require a financially destructive wedding, and deep down, most people already know that. Number 8, luxury vacations you can't afford. Social media changed travel forever. Vacations stopped becoming experiences. They became content, proof, status. People now finance trips they literally cannot afford, just to post photos for strangers online. Leo almost booked a luxury vacation one year on credit. Then he stopped and asked himself something painful. Will this trip still feel good when I'm paying interest on it 6 months later? That question changed everything. Because debt turns memories into stress, and the travel industry knows exactly how to trigger emotional spending. Limited time offers, luxury packages, influencer marketing. The message is always the same. You deserve this. But deserving something and affording something are two very different things. Number 9, buy now, pay later. This might be the most dangerous trend of all, because it makes broke people feel rich temporarily. 4 easy payments, 0 interest, simple approval. It sounds harmless, until your entire life becomes monthly payments. Shoes, furniture, clothes, electronics, everything split into installments. And psychologically, that's catastrophic. Because your brain stops seeing full prices. A $200 purchase feels smaller when it's just $50 today. That illusion changes spending behavior completely. Leo realized these companies aren't helping people afford things. They're helping people overspend. There's a difference. And once your future income is already promised away, financial freedom becomes impossible. Number 10. Designer brands. This one is pure psychology. An $800 hoodie. A $5,000 handbag. A plain white t-shirt with a luxury logo. People aren't buying products anymore. They're buying identity. And brands understand human insecurity better than most psychologists. They know people crave status, recognition, validation, so they sell emotion disguised as clothing. Leo once saw two nearly identical jackets. One cost $60, the other cost $900. The difference? A tiny logo. That moment exposed the entire system. People were paying enormous markups to become walking advertisements. And somehow, society normalized it. Number 11. Subscription boxes. These companies cracked the dopamine code. Mystery boxes, monthly surprises, exclusive items, limited editions. It feels exciting. Until you realize most people don't even use half the stuff they receive. Leo opened a closet one day and found unopened subscription products from months ago. That's when he understood something terrifying. Modern businesses no longer compete for your satisfaction, they compete for your attention. As long as they keep you emotionally stimulated, the spending continues, and recurring revenue becomes automatic. That's why cancellation is always complicated. That's why free trials require your card up front. That's why forgetting costs money. Number 12. Premium coffee habits. This one sounds small. Until you do the math, a daily $7 coffee feels harmless. But over a year, that's over $2,000. Over decades invested, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this isn't about coffee. It's about unconscious spending. That's the real enemy. Not enjoying life, not small pleasures. Unconscious repetition. That's what drains wealth. Because most people never stop long enough to calculate where their money is actually going. Leo finally did. And it changed his entire perspective. Because he realized something powerful. Most financial struggles aren't caused by low income alone. They're caused by invisible lifestyle inflation. Tiny upgrades, tiny conveniences, tiny subscriptions, tiny habits, all stacking together quietly until people wake up wondering why they feel trapped. But here's the good news. Once you become aware of the system, it loses power over you. You stop spending automatically. You start questioning purchases. You start separating wants from manipulation. And slowly, your money stops disappearing. That's the real shift. Not becoming cheap, becoming intentional. Because the goal was never to stop enjoying life. The goal is making sure your money builds your future, instead of funding corporations designed to keep you consuming forever. And in 2026, that awareness might be one of the most valuable financial skills you can develop. Because every dollar you keep is a piece of freedom. Every unnecessary expense you eliminate is time you buy back for your future. And the people who understand this early quietly build lives everyone else envies later. So before your next purchase, pause for a second. Ask yourself one question. Is this actually improving my life, or am I just being programmed to want it? Because that single question can change your financial future forever. And if this video made you see money differently, make sure you subscribe. Because the people winning financially in 2026 aren't necessarily earning more. They're simply thinking differently than everyone else.